let's have a conversation. What's going on, people? I'm here. I'm live in Toronto. Let me see if I can give you a little bit of the view. I'm at my friend's apartment, which overlooks the city. Pretty nice here. I actually took the bus to get here. I did that to save some money. I haven't taken a bus. I haven't taken this long of a bus trip in years, probably like 10 years or more. But I took the Greyhound. Man, it took me a while to recover from taking a 10-hour bus trip. I've taken longer bus trips before, but it's been so many years that I forgot what it's like. But it only cost me $80 compared to the $250 to $300 one-way ticket it was going to cost me to travel here on Memorial Weekend. But anyways, on the bus, I watched as much of the Survivor finale as I could. It was 3 hours. I think 3 hours is a very long time to watch anything. When I see that a movie is going to be 3 hours, I'm tempted to not watch it. But I'm not going to watch a whole season of the show and then not see the whole finale. So I watched the whole finale. And what I was thinking of the finale was the people who position themselves best to win, or the people that deserve the win the most, in my opinion, were Carson, Heidi, and Carolyn. Those are the three people that I would say that have positioned themselves the best to win the finale. And I said, and one of my friends was saying, watch Yam Yam win. And I was like, I don't think Yam Yam is going to win. I'm like, anything is possible, but just based on a rundown of what everybody has done, I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve to win, because we had this same kind of conversation last year about Taylor when it came to Big Brother. And people were saying that Big Brother, she didn't do enough resume-wise to deserve to win Big Brother. And I understand people saying that, but I was saying to them, if you got to the end, if the people voted for you, you won. There's no debating or disputing that. So I'm going to say the same thing about Yam Yam. What I would say is that at that point of the season, if I was a jury member and I was choosing who I wanted to win, I would choose Heidi. Now, I will admit, I'm slightly biased towards Heidi for two reasons. Number one, because when I did my preseason rundown, I picked her to be in my final three, and I was excited that she made my final three. And number two, I met her the day before finale night, and she was really cool and nice to me in person. So those couple of things gave me like a slight bias. But in all seriousness, I feel like both Carolyn and Heidi made bigger and better game moves than Yam Yam in order to win the game. Now, people say that his social game was up there. He had a good social game, and I think that he said he was a super fan, if I'm not mistaken. I also met him, and he was really fun and really funny in person, just like he is on the show. His social game is up there, but I just didn't get the feel that he was in control of a lot of what was happening in the game. I felt like he got as far as he got because of Carson, and then Heidi made a really big move. Excuse me. Heidi made a really big move to challenge Carson in this fire making thing, and Heidi beat him and made the fire. So I felt like this was the biggest move of the season, because I was saying every week Carson is a massive threat. And I'm like, if Carson makes it to the final three, he's winning. No questions about it. But it's like, based on what happened, I felt like Heidi was in a no-win situation. If let's say if Jam Jam wins the last competition, the last immunity, and he's in the final three and Heidi's still there, I mean, he won with Heidi making that big move, right? If Caroline or Carolyn wins the last immunity and Heidi's still there in the final three, I guess they were going to pick one of those two, possibly Jam Jam. I'm not going to lie to y'all and say I've watched so much Survivor. This is only my second season of watching Survivor. I just started watching Survivor last season. So I don't know how it usually goes, but just based on my like rookie Survivor mind, I'm thinking to myself, how did Jam Jam win? But I guess if I'm trying to pinpoint how he won, maybe he had a really good social game. Maybe he really made people like him. I mean, he's very likable. But in terms of game moves, I mean, I know he was in the mix of a lot of conversations, but from what I saw of him, the moves that he wanted to make were not made. He was like, this is what I want to do. Like, for instance, when he wanted Carolyn out, he was like, I want her out. But then it was like, okay, nobody else is going for that, so I'm just going to go with the majority, so I'm off the radar. So I think his best thing that he did for his game was staying off the radar. Nobody thought that he was the biggest threat. And I heard some people compare that to Gabler in a way. But Gabler was a threat in the competitions. That's the thing. Gabler was sleeping a lot, and in certain ways, he wasn't considered a threat. But when it came to those competitions, Gabler did well. Gabler performed well. Jam Jam, I think, won one competition or something like that. But in general, the majority of the competitions, he had a tough time. But anyways, he is the Survivor 44 winner. I think it was a good season. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it. I got to tell y'all, I was on the fence about attending this, but I attended the Survivor welcome party because they had a welcome party and they had a watch party. So I wasn't able to attend the watch party due to travel, but I decided at the very last minute to attend the welcome party. I actually bought the ticket at the door. And the people that I met, which was the majority of the top 10 of the Survivor 44 cast, awesome. I had a really fun time. They were all really cool in person. Like, sometimes that's not the case. I know that some of you might be saying, yeah, you're just saying that because you met them, but no. There's been people that I've met at challenge parties and Big Brother stuff that I didn't really find to be that cool in person. I'm not really going to name them right now, but people know. People know the ones that I've met that were not really the same person they portrayed themselves to be online, but all this Survivor cast is really cool. But I enjoyed the season. I like Jam Jam. Like, I'm not mad that he won, but if I was just going off of the gameplay, I was rooting for Carson, but Carson was taken out by Heidi. And because Carson was taken out by Heidi and he was the biggest threat in the game, I feel like Heidi should have won. But like I said, if I'm comparing to like Big Brother, Monty chose to take Taylor to the end because he thought that Taylor was a lesser threat than Turner, and then Taylor ended up winning almost unanimously. So I guess you can't predict the game. I think that Heidi had less. I don't know. I don't even want to say less social relationships because she was part of some alliances and some of those alliance members were in jury and didn't vote for her. So I'm kind of confused, to be honest. I'm a little bit confused at how she got one vote. But I guess that's the thing about having a jury is that we can't sit here as fans and be like, this is the person who has to win, because there's so much things that goes on with the jury. And then the jury is together. So after what I heard about last season of Big Brother, where they said the jury members talked and decided that if Taylor's in the final two, she's winning, I wouldn't be shocked if these jury members for Survivor had a similar conversation and were like, if Jam Jam is in the final two, I'm giving Jam Jam the victory. Who knows? Jury management. Maybe she was not good at jury management. And I was also surprised that Carolyn got no votes, as far as I know. I don't know if Jeff read all the votes. I guess he probably didn't read all the votes, but I'll have to look up who got what vote, because I think that it was just a matter of once you get to a certain number, you won. But she played a good game as well. Don't get me wrong about that. She played a good game. And I actually did wonder if she was going to win, because she was another one where people were not regarding her as a threat. But she was a threat for real. I found it funny when she found the idol and they didn't search her bags. I'm like, why would you not make sure to search everybody's bags? Those facial expressions she kept making. But I felt like because she was so weird all the time, they were like, that's no different than her baseline. So I'm not worried about her. But anyways, our Survivor 44 winner is Jam Jam. Shout out to him. Congrats to him. It was a good season. It was fun. It was entertaining. And I look forward to the next season of Survivor. I think they come out like what, twice a year? I don't know. Because I recall the first season of Survivor that I watched started in the fall, which was 43. So I can't wait. I can't wait for the next season of Survivor. Big Brother got pushed back to August 2nd, unfortunately, but what can you do? I'm going to be watching that. I'm going to be covering it. The Challenge USA Part 2 got pushed back also. I think it's a week after Big Brother starts. And I think All Stars 4, the Challenge All Stars 4, got pushed back indefinitely. So it might air after the Challenge USA Part 2. But whenever that airs, I'll be covering it. And I might have some surprise guests on my panel. I know some people. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you thought of the Survivor finale in the comments. I'm going to be here in Canada until next week, Tuesday. So I don't know how many more videos that I'm going to be doing or how many more lives, but I'm going to do as many as I can. And coming back in June, I'm going to be a little bit more regular with my schedule again. But I thank y'all for staying patient with me, especially my channel members on the other channel, because I know this channel does not have channel membership, but my music and mental health channel. Thank you for your patience as I've been working through things. But I appreciate each and every one of you who follow this channel. You help keep my dream alive. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you again soon.